everybody, Doll the Dollar here, and today I'm going to teach you how to make your own herbs. I buy spices all the time because I'm constantly using like oregano and basil and thyme and things like that, and I've tried like making my own herb garden and hopefully it'll grow some. But my dad just planted an herb garden at his house and he is like overrun with herbs now, and he gave me several packs of different herbs that he is growing, and he has tons and tons of it, and they keep reproducing, so you'll get a lot out of them. So even though you have a little bit of initial cost and preparation and things like that, it gives you herbs for so-so. I currently have this like little turny thing of herbs and things like that, and you know, there's things like parsley that I use all the time. Like this one is completely empty, and you can go to like Walmart or the Dollar Tree or something and buy herbs for about, you know, $1 or so per thing, depending on what it is. But if you have an herb garden that continues to produce herbs over and over and over again, it ends up saving you money in the long run. Plus, you know exactly what you're getting because you know how you grew the herbs. I'm also like a little bit embarrassed to show you guys this. I'm hoping to start doing some organization and things like that, and show you some cheap organization tips and stuff like that. But right now, this is my spice cabinet, and the meal plans I use call for a lot of spices and things like that. These are like the little cheap 88-cent spices from Walmart, and these are like the Dollar Tree kind, and then I've got all kinds that are even more than $1. But I was very surprised to see how easy it was to do your own spices. So let me show you how to do it, and maybe if you have somebody that has an herb garden, they can bless you with some cuttings from it, or if you'd like to make your own herb garden so that you can keep producing these things, I'm going to show you how. So from what I've read, there's a couple of ways that you can preserve your herbs. One is you can just use them fresh and just kind of pick them as you need them from your own herb garden, but since these were given to me, I kind of have to do something with them because they'll just eventually kind of go bad, I guess. So there's two things you can do. One, you can chop them all up and preserve them in like some olive oil and freeze them in ice cube trays, but you can't really do all herbs that way. You have to like look up and see which ones you can do that way. They said like hard herbs are good for freezing in olive oil, but like soft herbs really aren't, because those are the kind of things you would normally use kind of fresh or whatever anyway and not really cook them. But anyway, what I am going to be doing is doing a quick dry it out method. Some people recommend like tying them up in the window or something like that, but I'm doing just a quick method tonight since I have these and I can get them all done. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to wash, like I picked all the leaves. This one is basil, so I picked all of the leaves off of the stems and I gave them a quick wash, and then I patted them dry with the towel. And then what you do is you put a little bit on a plate, and you're going to microwave these for 60 seconds. So so they're done, and I'm going to take them out. When you take them out, they're still going to be kind of soft, but they're going to be starting to get a little bit crunchy. So you're going to take them off and put them on another plate. And once they're on the other plate, you can kind of like toss them around a little bit and re-spread them back out. And then they go back in the microwave for another 60 seconds. Take them out for the second time, they're going to be really, really crispy. So what I do is I just go ahead while they're on the plate and crunch them up. You could leave them whole, but I like them to be able to fit in the shakers once I'm ready for them. So go ahead and crunch them up really good. And then I have this mason jar. I've already done like one little round of it before I decided to make this video. And I just wrote with a dry erase marker basil on the top. You can make it really cute if you wanted to. You know, there's all kinds of like chalkboard labels and things like that now. But you're basically just going to put everything in your jar. So I'm going to keep doing this, and then I'll show you the final product when they're all done. But I got about this amount. This is like a half-gallon size. He just gave me a few cuttings. Like, his plants are so huge right now. But he just gave me a few cuttings of each. And this should give me a pretty good bit of spices. So I'll show you everything after. So I finished the basil, and just that one little bag like this of basil made this much spices. And it's kind of hard to tell since it's in kind of a, you know, a larger size mason jar, but this is a pretty good bit, especially since you can barely even tell he cut anything off of his plant. So I'm going to put this in like a normal size spice jar so that you guys can see exactly how much it really is. So this is one of my empty size spice jars. This is just your normal size spice jar. So I'm going to pour this basil that I just dried out into this jar to show you how much is really in it, because you really can't tell in the mason jar. So just gonna pour it all in here. I'm gonna have to put you down so I can do this so I don't spill them all over the counter, but I'll show you. Okay, so I have filled up this jar with my basil, and this is probably kind of what I'm gonna do anyway. As my spice jars go down, I'll refill them with these. But there's still enough in there that I could probably fill this jar up again. So yeah, just that half-gallon little few cuttings that didn't make any difference in the plant at all already filled up this full jar and could probably do it again. So it's very, very easy. It takes like probably 5 minutes of your time to do this. So I highly recommend it. I'm going to do the rest and then I'll show you what I do. One of the other things that I read about the spices, like using your own kind of thing as opposed to the kind in the grocery store, even the cheap kind in the grocery store, is because apparently a lot of the spices that you get from the store, they have some preservatives in them and they are dried out in ways that may not be completely safe for you. I've never really thought about it, and I don't usually tend to think about things like that. But whenever you're doing this your own self and you know what you're putting on your plants and you know how you dried your plants out, obviously it would probably be better to just air dry them in the window. When you're in a hurry like me and microwave them, that's fine. But at least they're not being exposed to any chemicals or anything like that. So that's just another good reason, besides the money-saving properties, of why it might be better to just go ahead and do your own rather than continuing to buy them at the store. Okay, quick tip for oregano, because I was like, oh Lord, I'm gonna have to go and like pick off all of these leaves individually. Well, look what I discovered. Y'all might be thinking like, oh, this is so dumb, everybody knows this, but I seriously didn't. It's like if you grab it at the top and you like pick off that top part and then you grab the top of the stem, then you can slide it down and like all of the leaves come with it. Look. So yeah, if you have to do oregano, there you go. There's your little quick tip so you don't have to sit there and go like, oh gosh. So anyway, okay guys, so here they are. My completely free to me spices. So thanks Daddy for these, but it was so easy. I highly recommend doing this. It was not hard at all, didn't take very much time, and I have some spices for a while now, so I'm really excited about that. And what's another really cool thing about this is they smell so good. Like if you opened like this thing of basil and like a store-bought basil, this one is going to smell so much fresher and so much